I don't want anywhere near my dining table. Maybe hear me out, don't do this. This is a jailable offense, people. All right, so as always, we are back with my absolute favorite series here on YouTube, because the DIY rabbit hole of interiors and just like DIY decor is, as always, and as you've seen, an absolute nightmare. We're hoping that I'm gonna be a little bit nicer today, but no promises, so let's get into it. All right, this is the first offender and I'm nervous already, but let's check it out. Oh no, people. You're not getting your security deposit back with this one. Why is no one going to turn off the water valve? Like, why are you filming? You know you can shut off the water, right? This is like, anytime you ever move into a space, you buy or you're renting, you need to know where the water shut off is to prevent this exact problem. Oh. I think it's absolutely hilarious that they are just standing there with towels hoping that's going to fix the problem, because it's not. If you are ever mounting anything on a wall in a home that you own or rent, oh my God, people, this is the perfect representation of why you need a stud finder. You can literally buy one on Amazon for $15, $20, and when you're done with it, return it. You don't need it if you're not using it all the time. I know you people are doing it.
Mind your business.
Take advantage of it and use it for good. Like this, honestly, I could see this as a good like flex tape commercial. I don't know if it would actually work on drywall, but this could be a good test. I'm gonna rate this a 0 out of 10. I'm honestly not only so disappointed, but I am so concerned for their downstairs neighbors, if they have any, because, oh God. Okay, I don't even want to press play for the next one, but let's test this. What are you doing? Interesting music choice, but like, you're not fooling anyone if you think having exposed brick in your home and you're painting it like this. All you want is to make your space look better. The purpose of bricks or exposed bricks are to give dimension into a space. This doesn't give any dimension, and the sponge has too many repeating patterns and it just looks really flat. Also, my OCD would not be able to handle these like not being perfectly aligned. At least get a tape measure out or a level if you think that that's gonna help. But then again, I don't even think making these straight would have made it better in my opinion. If you do want to use brick in your home and you like that exposed look, if that's your vibe, that's okay. There are brick veneers out there that are super affordable. They're a really thin brick. They're real and they're going to give you a much better look than this. This is just another DIY of a faux brick look that is like, we can't be friends if you're doing this. I am gonna give them a 1 out of 10, which is being extremely generous if we're being honest. 1 for the effort because they tried, but the execution completely failed. Okay, let's see what we're working with next. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow, okay, we actually have a win. I love this so much. Taking a traditionally designed outdoor fireplace and turning it into like a sculptural moment. Something tells me that that probably cost a little bit more than he's saying on there. Definitely something you could do in an afternoon if you are handy with brick and mortar and steel. I think this is a really great design. I love that they included the steel inserts within the brick to give it that extra like elevated look, and then they stuccoed on top of the brick and mortar to make it look like it's one solid piece, but still giving that fireproof rating. My only reservation is that because it is installed much higher up, if you have a fire lit on this on a windy day, embers and smoke are going to be flying everywhere. Otherwise, the design of this I think is beautiful. I would love to incorporate some other design around this to make sure that it feels cohesive with the rest of the outside space, whether it be part of the exterior design, maybe the deck, or maybe the furniture all around it. I want to make sure that radial design is repeated throughout. I'm honestly going to give this I think I got to give this like an 8 out of 10. I love the vision, I love the design, I love the execution. I would want to see how this space looks with the rest of the furniture and everything like lit up, but like in the evening, having a fire like this is like 100% a vibe. Okay, I think we've turned a new leaf, so let's see what the next one is all about.
Shit, this is
someone
cool. If you're new here, I'm Duncan, and I make things.
I don't know how I feel about that.
A little while ago, I found a bunch of cassette tapes, which I turned into a side
Oh,
table
I like
light
that.
and built a cupboard to keep them in. However, there were some tapes that I wanted to do something else with. These tapes
Okay, the
are
colorful
all
ones.
super unique, different colors, funky designs, and as soon as I saw them, it gave me an idea. I'm gonna try and attach these tapes together using metal wire.
The metal wire, oh, that's very messy looking.
Oh, yeah.
You could have done that like an
Now I'm gonna attach these
epoxy to
together
link them all
into
together.
cubes.
The metal just looks really messy. The colors are a little bit much for me if you like that eclectic look, but like, also, why is it so big? This feels so disproportionate to the space
And there it
itself.
is, my tape
Like the
set
scale
chandelier.
feels
Let me know what you
so
think of it in the
off, and where
comments.
it's hung,
Follow along
in my
for
opinion,
stuff
just
like
looks like
this.
out of place. The idea of this, I think, is really cool. I love his side table. I think that's really cool. It kind of illuminates, and with that glow of the more opaque ones that are more clear, I think is great. All of the different colors and the finishes, like it's more overpowering than it is impactful. I think the shadow play is really beautiful as it comes through, and I'm gonna say no for me. I feel like it's a sloppy execution. It could have been done really well. I probably would have taken out the tapes inside as well to have more of that light actually come all the way through. But like the different changes in opacity on each of those cassettes did not pull through in terms of the execution. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. I think it's a great idea. The execution is a little bit too sloppy for my liking, but then again, most DIYs sometimes are, I know, as pretentious as that sounds. I do like the side table option that he made before. Bless him for being creative though. I think this was a really good idea and it could be done much better. I'm a little worried going into this next one, but let's check it out. A fish tank on the ceiling? Okay, that's, this is either gonna be incredible or absolutely ridiculous. Okay, this is a lot of work. Trained professional people, this is not a DIY for yourself at home. Something tells me this is gonna come off very cheap. Okay, I'm glad that they're bringing additional blocking in for the water weight.
Like a glove.
This is gonna be a really thin fish tank. Oh, it's very small. Oh, not the neon colors with the neon lights too, with like the goldfish and the fake plant. Oh, you know how I feel about fake plants, but then also having fake plants in an aquarium. This is just like a really glorified, expensive goldfish tank. Also, the water pressure looks like those fish are like struggling to stay in place, the poor things. Oh my God. Like, do you have to go upstairs to feed the fish every single day? And I feel like that's a little bit of not a great experience walking and be like, oh my God, what a beautiful fish tank. Oh, there's a dead one spinning around up there. I would have wanted to see a much like deeper fish tank. I feel like the idea of putting in the execution feels like really cheap. I'm gonna have to give this like a 3 out of 10. Like rarely would you look up to actually see them. I feel like doing a fish tank installation in a wall that's deeper with a structural support would have had way more impact because then you can see it from both sides. Also, the filtration system, I don't know if you've ever had fish before, but you always want a substrate at the bottom to help maintain the proper level of bacteria for the fish and also the oxygen level. This is a really expensive fish tank. You could just like, I don't know, maybe hear me out. Don't do this. Okay, we got a couple left. Please be kind on my eyes for this one. Oh, we're starting it with Plunger.
Paint it white. Now you're gonna grab some nice napkins, paper, cut out the design, peel the back. Mod Podge.
Not the Mod Podge.
You're going to grade
she pulled that out and it's all
right onto your plunger.
Are you kidding me?
I'm going to use as many as I like till it's filled up to my liking. Unscrew the top, insert a candle,
not a
and
candle
let home
on
do UI. So easy, so good. You got to try.
This has got to be rage bait because I don't care if those plungers are new or used. I don't want shit anywhere near my dining table and they look still like plungers. All you did was put a candle in them and paint them. I mean, I appreciate that she used the Rust-Oleum like paint primer, so it's actually going to cover it up. That's rubber. It also moves. It's going to crack over time. Jesus Christ. Like, I don't know which DIYer started with the influence of Mod Podge, but like, this is not a good look. This is giving the decorating sense level vibes, and this is a jailable offense, people. If you wanted your own like DIY candle holder, get fast drying clay. You could do something cool and sculptural and make it more unique instead of a plunger. Like, if I come to a dinner party and someone has these, let's just say like, I'm not sticking around. I'm gonna have to give this one like a -5 out of 10, like bordering multiple minus digits. Like, there are some ideas for items that should not be multi-purpose, and this is the definition of a crime that I'm going to be reporting to the design police, and you need to be charged. Like, there's no parole for this. Okay, after that one, I'm a little worried what this last one is going to be. Let's pray for me, people.
Cork is one of my favorite
Let's build a cork
mostly
wall.
because of the warmth it brings
Okay,
to the space.
cork is beautiful.
And that's exactly what this bed's At first, we thought about adding a
Why is he
headboard,
laying
but
it
something
on
about
the
that
floor?
just didn't seem right for the space. So instead, we
cork
pivoted to
wall?
this cork wall. And it was fairly simple to make. You basically get all the tiles, put it in a layout and design that you want, get some adhesive, and then you just start gluing. After
Oh,
that,
he's gonna
I
do.
basically
Oh, it's like a
stacked it.
makeshift
It was
headboard.
time-consuming, not gonna lie, but it was not hard at all. I used a paint roller to really get it flush and even with the wall, but that's it. And this is the final result.
You know what?
It adds the warmth.
I gotta give credit where it's due. I love the warmth and movement that cork has. I think it is such an incredible finish, and most people steer away from it because they don't know how to use it properly. Also, FYI, cork is great for sound absorption. So in this open concept space and it being in the bedroom, nudge, nudge, I think it's a great addition. Cork is also relatively inexpensive. These panels probably cost him maybe a couple dollars per, and I like that it feels more proportionate on the headboard, so it feels grounded and zoned, especially since this looks like a very open concept space. The one thing I would have done is I would have built it out as like an MDF frame, so it actually gives the walls a little bit more dimension instead of just looking really flat on the wall. It would have given them an extra shelf above that I feel would just add to that elevated depth and dimension of the headboard overall. The scale of the room isn't too bad, but because it's open, this headboard helps ground it, but it doesn't feel balanced. I would have wanted maybe some kind of pendants that are larger on each side, or a wall sconce instead of those really tiny night lights on each side would have helped tie this entire look together. The execution is almost there. I think the idea is fantastic. I'm gonna give this like an 8.5 out of 10. I think that's still a very generous rating. Great. I love the color, the rug, the rest of these finishes. I think this might be a gay man, and they did a pretty good job. I'm gonna give them props for that. This is always a roller coaster ride of these DIY TikToks and Instagrams. There are some great ones and there are some terrible ones. And honestly, if I'm being honest, there's a lot more terrible ones than there are good ones. And I always say, these are my absolute favorite series and reactions to film with you guys, because you guys are sending me these ones left, right, and center. You guys are on social all the time and you find the absolute wildest ones, and I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with next. So please, if you have anything, drop the link in the comment, send me a DM so I can add this to my list of review, because this is like, I need to bring back my gavel and start dishing out jail time for some of these, because my opinions are the design law, as you know. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching me. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This is always one of my favorite video series to include for you guys. And as you are well aware, your favorite as well. So make sure that you like, and if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you are, because you can find so many of these video series that I've done in my playlist of the reviews. Oh my God, I feel like I've done probably more than a dozen videos at this point on reviews. So please make sure you check them out, because you're gonna piss yourself with some of them. They're really bad. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok for all my daily tips and tricks at Mr. Phoenix Gray. And if you're ever second guessing yourself, just ask, what would Design Daddy do?